ਦਿਨਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੈਂਡਲॉर्ड्स ਤੇ ਟੈਨੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਮਸਲੇ ਅਕਸਰ ਸੁਰਖੀਆਂ ਬਣੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ। ਕਈ ਲੈਂਡਲॉर्ड्स ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਟੈਨੈਂਟਸ ਤੋਂ ਕਈ ਮੁਸ਼ਕਲਾਂ ਵੀ ਝੱਲਣੀਆਂ ਪੈਂਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ। ਲੈਂਡਲॉर्ड्स ਦਾ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਹੱਕ ਬਹੁਤ ਘੱਟ ਨੇ, ਜਦਕਿ ਲੈਂਡਲॉर्ड ਤੇ ਟੈਨੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਹੱਕ ਬਰਾਬਰ ਹੋਣੇ ਚਾਹੀਦੇ ਨੇ। ਕਈਆਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਲ ਤੋਂ ਰੈਂਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਇਆ, ਪਰ ਸਾਡੇ ਖਰਚੇ ਤੇ ਮੌਰਗੇਜ ਅਸੀਂ ਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ। ਟੈਨੈਂਟ ਸਾਡੇ ਘਰ ਖਾਲੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ। ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੇ ਡਿਸਪਿਊਟਸ ਲੈਂਡਲॉर्ड ਟੈਨੈਂਟ ਬੋਰਡ ਦੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਫਾਈਲਾਂ 'ਚ ਪਏ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ। ਲੈਂਡਲॉर्ड ਟੈਨੈਂਟ ਬੋਰਡ ਇੰਡੀਪੈਂਡੈਂਟ ਬਾਡੀ ਹੋਣ ਕਰਕੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੇ ਮਸਲੇ ਪੈਂਡਿੰਗ ਨੇ। ਕਿਉਂ ਸਰਕਾਰਾਂ ਇਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਣਾ ਰੋਲ ਅਦਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਪੈਂਡਿੰਗ ਇਸ਼ੂਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਰਿਜ਼ੋਲਵ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਰਹੀਆਂ? ਇਸ ਮੁੱਦੇ ਤੇ ਟੋਰਾਂਟੋ ਦੇ ਲੈਂਡਲॉर्ड ਟੈਨੈਂਟ ਬੋਰਡ ਦੇ ਬਾਹਰ ਲੈਂਡਲॉर्ड्स ਨੇ ਦੂਰੋਂ ਆ ਕੇ ਧਰਨਾ ਦੇ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਉਠਾਈ। ਲੈਂਡਲॉर्ड्स ਦਾ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਕਿ ਜੇਕਰ ਮੌਰਗੇजेस ਵਧੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਰੈਂਟ ਵਧਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ। ਕੀ ਕਿਹਾ ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਟੈਸਟ ਵਿੱਚ? ਆਓ ਲੈਂਡਲॉर्ड्स ਤੋਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਮੁਸ਼ਕਲਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਜ਼ੁਬਾਨੀ ਸੁਣਦੇ ਹਾਂ।
I'm just a small landlord like many others came here to protest against the landlord and tenant board's inefficiency and the rampage is going on at the moment by the professional tenants who think that Doug Ford has empowered them to stay rent-free in our accommodation. I have approached MPP, Landlord and Tenant Board, the Ombudsman's Office and the Minister of Municipal Housing. Nothing has worked and I requested for expedited hearing. At my age 64, it is extremely difficult to live with this stress. The Landlord and Tenant Board has to improve their process. I have also listened to different MPPs talking the system is working fine. What the system is working fine? If it cannot be a law when a certain group of people are exploited for the benefit of the tenants, we the landlord, we invested our hard-earned money in this small housing for the benefit of the lower income group, but there is no support from the government, and these professional tenants know about the delay and they also know about the extremely discriminating law, Residential Tenancies Act, and they are exploiting it to the full. Unless there is something done immediately, small investors like me will not only go broke and we will be in the streets as many other landlords are happening to them. They are being on the streets for this sort of unfair treatment. The tenants, we are not looking for any reprisal. We are looking for equal law for both tenants and landlord. How come they are allowed to stay in our accommodation free while the landlord and tenant boards only claim they are improving the system? If they are improving the system and they are not answerable to anybody, how come they are improving the system? I have actually explored the possibility of class action lawsuit against them, but no lawyer will come forward saying that they are immune from any sort of judicial action. How come? With an unfair law, discriminatory, and it is a corrupt practices only. It encourages corrupt practices. As you can see, those tenants have assumed that it is their right to damage the landlord's property, to reap the landlords of their health, wealth, and everything. Now this is absolutely unfair, and this needs to be fixed. This needs to be fixed. I have already lost 17,000 from the previous two tenants, and now with the current tenants not paying for last 4 months, it is already $10,000 already over, and it's counting.
So I'm just wondering, am I still in the developed country like Canada? Because as a landlord, I lost around $32,000 because of LTB delays, and they are not responding to my any of questions, and they will simply say that application in process. So how do I pay the taxes? Why should I pay taxes in this country? Because there is no justice for the landlords, and then simply tenants are refused to pay the taxes. And then Doug Ford comes onto the TV, says that you don't have to pay the tax, rent. So why should he say that the tenant should not pay the rent? I don't understand. So this is like all we are begging as a landlords is fixing the LTB delays. That's all we need. We don't need any free money from the government. All we need is justice by following the SLAs in LTB process. That's all.
ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਹੋਏ ਹਾਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਮੇਨ ਇਸ਼ੂ ਤਾਂ ਇਹੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਟਾਈਮਲੀ ਜਸਟਿਸ ਓਨਟਾਰੀਓ 'ਚ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਲੈਂਡਲੋਰਡ ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਿਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਇਨਵੈਸਟਮੈਂਟ ਹੋਏ ਚਾਹੇ ਸੇਵਿੰਗ ਹੋਏ ਐਵਰੀਥਿੰਗ ਇਜ਼ ਗੋਇੰਗ ਇਨ ਵੇਨ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੀ ਪਾਕਟ 'ਚ ਕੋਈ ਸੇਵਿੰਗ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਸੇਵਿੰਗ ਛੱਡੋ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪੱਲਿਓਂ ਖਰਚਣਾ ਪੈ ਰਿਹਾ ਅੱਜ ਦੀ ਡੇਟ 'ਚ ਸੋ ਸਾਡੀ ਡਿਮਾਂਡ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਇੱਕੋ ਹੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਟਾਈਮਲੀ ਜਸਟਿਸ ਦਿਓ 30 ਡੇਜ਼ 'ਤੇ ਇਨ ਔਰ ਆਊਟ ਜਿੰਨੀ ਜਲਦੀ ਹੋ ਸਕੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਰਿਜ਼ਲਟਸ ਚਾਹੀਦੇ ਨੇ ਅੱਜ ਦੀ ਡੇਟ 'ਚ ਇਟਸ ਲਾਈਕ ਅ ਬ੍ਰੋਕਨ ਸਿਸਟਮ LTV ਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਇਲਾਜ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ ਐਂਡ ਕਿਸੇ ਇਨਫਲੂਐਂਸ਼ੀਅਲ ਬੰਦੇ ਨੂੰ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਕੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਤੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਲੈਂਡਲੋਰਡਸ ਦੀ ਹੈਲਪ ਕਰਨੀ ਪੈਣੀ ਹੈ
I've been a landlord for approximately 15 years, and I've noticed how the standard of service has certainly deteriorated. I feel there is a bias against landlords in this province. I know that it's very difficult to have your case brought forward at the tribunal. I hear daily from landlords, small landlords, who are suffering financially, emotionally, physically due to issues with tenants whose savings have been exhausted and who cannot get a ruling from the Landlord Tenant Board. They have tenants living in their property, supposed tenants who are really squatters, who are exploiting them, not paying the rent or damaging their property or doing both, and they cannot get a resolution to their issues.
I am here because the Landlord and Tenant Board is working very slow, and just to hear for an application it is taking 6 to 8 months, and even after the hearing they are taking another 2 to 3 months to get an order and another 3 to 4 weeks for the sheriff to come at the door, and in the meantime the tenant is living free, destroying our properties and making us to suffer. This is my pension. I am without pension as long as the tenant stays without paying the rent. Thank you, and please try to work with us and try to change the Landlord and Tenant Board functioning.
My situation is also like the other brothers and my fellow citizens. My tenant, she moved in June 15th, 2021, and after paying 2 months, she stopped paying for no reason. And then it's almost 8 months now. I submitted my forms to the LTB, and they took 5 months to give me the ticket number, the case number, and I got the case number on what day is it? Yeah, March 9th, and today is May 27th, and still I haven't got anything from the LTB, so I don't know what is going on. That's why we are here. At least hopefully they listen to us.
I'm here. I've just recently sold my home due to having professional tenants in my home for 2 years, not paying rent for 18 months, waiting to get a decision from the LTB. Many delays from the LTB. My tenants had done this before to a landlord before me, and these people have to stop being protected by the LTB. They're criminals in my mind, and they should be charged.
We have been trying for 2 years to advocate for landlords to get access to timely justice. The LTB system is broken, and we're asking the Ontario government, even though you have provided or allocated $3.16 million over for a period of 3 years, we need more help. We would like to thank the government officials that we have already met with, and they have been quite gracious in explaining their situation and what is happening, but we need more assistance, and we need it at the speed of light. Could we please have the government officials address with management the issues so that we can speed up this process? We have too many landlords who are losing hundreds or thousands of dollars each month, and it is adding up. When you have to get access to your property or go through the system, you're not able to get access back to your property. People should not be losing tens of thousands of dollars because they cannot get through the system for a 10-month period. Even then, when the adjudicators are to send the orders, they're not able to send them out in a timely fashion. People should be able to get their orders in 30 days, not 60 days, not 90 days, or not 6 months. We have one landlord that waited 10 months and 1 day for his order to arrive. And the only reason that arrived at 5:45 that night was because we were able to get media coverage on his story. We're asking the government to step in. Stop saying that you're not responsible for the tribunal. If you're not responsible, then who is? We understand that the tribunal is an independent system, but we need the government to step in and give us access to timely justice. We need more support.
So I'm with Solo, which is a small ownership landlords of Ontario. We represent people in Ontario who own 10 or less residential properties. So our members aren't the owners of skyscrapers. We own basement apartments, we own small rental buildings. We're your mom and pop landlords. And we're the ones who are struggling the most because in the province of Ontario, mom and pop landlords have absolute zero help. We're completely on our own. This building is closed and landlords and tenants in Ontario are left to fend for themselves.